because there was the tattoo artist who took us for rides on his motorcycle and gave Jenny the hand-sized fairy on her stomach that she swore she'd never ruin by getting pregnant, and the most beautiful guy we'd ever seen, who was cruising with his friend in an olive green hoopty that we hoped was a sign of his rebellion against rich parents who maybe had bought him a Mercedes, which he traded in for something more sensible. Because something about him seemed rich, and not at all small town, and we didn't know who he was until on a break from college, I was out with a friend who said, I should stop by and see my friend Mike. Want to meet him? We waited in a dark living room decorated in early 90s thrift store, dank green sofas, padding pluming out the cushions, talking to a doughy blonde girl who must have been pretty 30 pounds ago, as she pushed a fat, laughing baby in one of those yellow and white gingham swings that clickety-clacks as they unwind. When in walked the guy we'd always wanted, not dressed down for a rich guy, but dressed up for one of us. Neatly pressed flannel tucked into Wranglers, nearly hiding tawny construction boots, like the ones I wore when roofing. And there was that odd moment of recognition and fumbling for words, when quantum theory hit me and I realized if we'd tried harder instead of merely flirting in parking lots at the beach and the Dairy Queen and the drive-in that sold gallons of homemade root beer, either of us could be that chubby blonde woman with the fat baby and the happy husband waiting for green olive burgers in our own little utopia 10 miles further than our mothers got. 2. Because every time we hung out at the billiards room of the condos at the lake, the rich people gave us dirty looks. They knew what we were up to, two blonde girls in Daisy Dukes and bikini tops, in a borrowed sports car, hunting for rich boyfriends, anything to get us out of Argus, Indiana. My grandmother also must have tried this bit, working as a dishwasher in the kitchen of the academy. My brother too worked there. Maybe his motives were more pure. All I know is for Jenny and me, none of this worked. Her one rich boyfriend used to beat her to a pulp, and I decided to leave my marriage with enough money to fix a timing belt, just in case my engine decided to go. Our parents tried to warn us. They knew our game. The rich aren't like you and me, my father used to say. The rich aren't like you and me. This next poem is Sleeping Man and Woman, circa 2000 CE. Under the glass, they lie curled like rosebuds against themselves. Her head is on his chest, perennially listening for a heartbeat which will not come. His lips retain the slightest curve of a smile. His arm encircles her. They seem to have simply fallen asleep forever. Spectators travel from around the world to see this couple, to witness the wonder that was centuries ago. The clothing, so odd, the ungainliness of the bodies, the awkward cut of the hair. So this was what life was like. It remains a mystery what froze them like this. No volcanic ash like Pompeii to enshroud them, no ice to preserve their still pink flesh like that of the mammoths in Siberia. It is not clear where they came from. The curator does not remember because the curator before him does not remember. It is as if they just appeared here in the museum out of a fairy tale, waiting to be awakened. That is the irrevocable feeling, and that is why the visitors slow their breathing when they enter the vaults. why the only sound is a quick intake of breath from each passerby at the astounding silence. No one is tempted to wake them, because there have been 97 wars, 25 earthquakes, 3,550,079 tears shed since they relinquished consciousness. That is why the awe, the confusion at this display of peace.